In the Part 1 episode, we went searching for new spots off the northern Capricorn Bunker Group region in central Queensland. After finding some new rocks on the way out, we caught some big hard-fighting black dew and had a great time jigging at night for largemouth nannygai using mustard glow jigs. The following day, we continued to catch some great nannygai, reds and goldband snapper using a variety of methods before putting the drone down. The amount of fish down there was mind-blowing, and seeing fish swimming around in a natural environment like that is highly rewarding. In this Part 2 episode, I continue to capture some more wicked underwater footage, but this time it's of fish eating the baits and being hooked in front of the drone. I also go into detail of the effects barotrauma has on largemouth nannygai and film a fish being pulled up and released back to the bottom to see if it survives. Above the surface, we continue to search for new ground and get rewarded with some great quality fish from the deeper reefs, and also hit the shallows around the reef shoals for a variety of tasty bread and butter reef fish. Happy that I captured some epic underwater footage of the fish, I was determined to try film them eating a bait in front of the drone. I follow a bait to the bottom and a small cod begins to have a chew on it. It doesn't take long to attract other fish, and this goldband snapper moves in and starts to inhale it. In 3 big gulps, the bait disappears, and seconds later, Benny feels the weight come on his line and sinks the hooks. The goldband takes off and begins to shake its head side to side with its mouth open, trying to dislodge the hooks. As the fish starts getting pulled up, you will notice that the other fish will begin to follow it up through the water column. This is because the hooked fish will shake pieces of the bait off the hook, and the other fish will come through and eat those pieces. For a moment, I thought the shark was going to chase the fish and eat it, but it appears it was only interested in the bait scraps as well.
Little Goldband.
Bait up, do it again, Benny. Go again, quick. I quickly got Benny to rebait with a cuttlefish this time and send it back down. As it hits the bottom, I see a fish that Dad's hooked up to come flying past the drone with a shark chasing it. I keep the focus on the bait when a small shark moves in and has a bite, but quickly takes off much to my surprise. The hussar begins to smash the cuttlefish up when all of a sudden another fish flies in, inhales the bait and takes off 100 miles an hour. Well, just been playing with the underwater drone, looking around. That is absolutely epic. There's reds, nannies, fish everywhere. It's crazy, there's sharks. And as I followed Benny's bait down, then I said, I think there's a big catty coming. He's like, nah, and he hooked it and he said, this is huge, whatever this is. And I said, I reckon it's a catty. Have a look.
This is a stitch up, mate.
Absolute horse of a catty. Have a go on the size of it.
Slime on the line.
Slime all over it. That's hilarious.
Good fishing, Benny.
Oh, you know, target species.
Target species, big catties. It's unfortunate, but some of these areas you do find these big catfish, so that's hilarious. I thought I saw it come flying in. It's very hard to see when you're driving the drone around on your phone. It's such a small screen, but instead of Benny, oh, I swear that was a big catfish. So he's like, this thing's going hard as. That's why. And we've learned our lesson not to bring these things in the boat before. I don't know if you saw one of the shoalwater videos I did many years ago. And man, pulled it in and it crapped everywhere. It was like diarrhea and it stank. So from now on, oh Benny, you let it go. Why did you let it go for? I wanted to get a photo with it, mate. Again, I get Benny to drop down another bait, and this time he puts down a big mullet fillet. As it reaches the bottom, several fish begin to move in, and a red emperor starts to chew on it. At this point, I'm yelling out to Benny that a red is eating his bait and he should sink the hooks. In a split second, a nannygai steals the bait out of the red's mouth, and Benny sinks the hooks into the nannygai as it takes off. It was all a bit of a blur, and I was unsure what fish he had actually hooked and where it had gone. started looking around, waiting for all the fish to take off in the direction of the hooked fish, and it didn't take long before they showed me the way. Again, the surrounding fish follow the hooked nannygai and eat any scraps being shaken off the hook. As the fish gets pulled up, it begins to show signs of barotrauma. This is where the air in the fish's swim bladder begins to expand due to the decrease in pressure as it gets pulled up through the water column. While species like red emperor can self-vent to reduce the effects of barotrauma, fish such as largemouth nannygai are unable to do this, and the expanding air puts a huge amount of pressure on its internal organs. As it gets closer to the boat, you can see the stomach getting bigger and bigger as it continues to expand with air. Generally around 5 to 10 metres from the boat, when the pressure becomes too much, you'll often see a rupture of the swim bladder and a sudden release of air, this causing lots of air bubbles underneath the water surface as seen here. Now some fish won't rupture the swim bladder, and this will cause large visual effects such as the stomach sticking out the fish's mouth, bulging eyes and lifted scales. In the case of the nannygai we just pulled up, it hadn't suffered these bad effects and visually looked in perfect condition. Because of this, one would simply think that it had not suffered the effects of barotrauma. However, we know this is not true from the footage I just captured on the way up. It's easy to think that if the fish doesn't have any visual signs of barotrauma, that it could be released and have a high chance of survival. This was a perfect opportunity to test this theory out. We quickly removed the hooks from the nannygai and released it back to the water. At the beginning, you can see that it still has some trapped air in its stomach cavity and shows some resistance in heading back towards the bottom. Once it reaches around 20 metres down, the trapped air begins to decompress and the fish starts swimming more freely on its descent. The deeper it gets, the faster it descends, and at around 30 metres from the bottom, the fish is completely decompressed and starts gliding to the bottom at such a fast pace that I can't keep up with the drone and lose track of it. I continue to the bottom at the same angle and soon see the outcome and effects that the barotrauma has on these fish. It was disappointing to see this fish lying lifeless on the bottom with its gills barely moving. I stayed by this fish for over 10 minutes hoping it would recover, but with no changes I eventually had to move on. Whilst I was upset with this outcome, I feel this footage gives us real evidence to help educate fishers and those higher up the chain who are looking at making changes to the size and bag limits on this species. I pulled the drone up, decided it was time to sort the fish out and move on to a different area to search for more new ground. Today's catch runs up the front there, redfish, goldbands. We're about to stack these, make sure our counts are correct. Alright, next, a lot of fish all stacked in, nice and neatly. Can pour the ice over them now. Alright, Benny, fill her up, mate. Here we go. Secret baits, cuttles, squid, bonito, mullet, loads more baits. Looks like we've found the shutters.
Eat will be eaten.
We've been reasonably lucky. Until now. Oh, the shark has got it.
No.
Yep. I feel honoured.
Hey?
I feel honoured that I've had one of these interactions with a rare shark.
On the move, buddy. Lost your leg.
Time to get out of this place, I'll tell you.
Yep, let's move in.
Wow. Yeah, she's lit up the sound. Have a go at that. Just gonna let my fish do its thing. Have a go at the sound. There is so many fish there. Oh. It's a big one, mate. He's a good one. That's a decent size one, that one. Underneath the chin, mate.
That's why he's fighting a bit longer, isn't he?
Benny, another one of these rare Nannygai.
Where do you keep keeping them, mate?
Oh, mate, they're in plague proportions out here. Can't get away from them.
So much fun catching.
Wow.
Fight like a demon.
They're such a cool fish. New little rock just ran over. I actually took a shot of it with my phone. It's a very small, isolated rock. I said to Benny, can't see a lot of fish on it, but they hide hard against it. Drop down. I've been belted by a really good fish. It's gonna float. Yeah. Something's a floater. Jesus. That's a big nanny. Big nanny. There we go. Absolute donkey of a largemouth Nannygai. That is a horse. Jeez, he went hard. They go hard, these big fellas. Starting to think it might have been a red there for a bit. A little bit too much of a tail kick to him. Whew. Lovely fish. When you get them that size, it's starting to become a bit of a rarity, so I'm pretty stoked with it. I've caught them a lot bigger than this, but still I'm happy with the size we've been getting. A lot of school size fish, so get one like this and amongst them off that new little rock we just found. It's pretty cool. Another lovely Nannygai. Alright, early afternoon. We've had to drive away from the areas we've been catching the reds and nannies. There's too many Nannygai. Unfortunately, as you've seen on the video there, you can't release them, they're just going to die. So unfortunately we'd like to catch more reds, but the fact that we just keep catching nannies, there's just no point. It's not worth killing so many fish. Oh, the old boy's hooked up over here.
Wakey wakey, he says.
Yeah, I woke him up.
Just let go, eh?
Anyway, so we've come in a bit closer around the top end of that northern bunker group area. There's obviously quite a few shoals through that area, so we're up on one of the shoals at the moment. A few boats around us here. And thought I'd have a quick crack for maybe a trout or two, or red throat, something like that. Benny's got himself a little bar cheek here.
Little lollipop.
Nice little fella, little eater. Let's see what the old boy's pulling up here. As you can see, we're just sort of drifting down the edge of it. There's the shoal here. It's sitting down 33 metres of water. What do you got here, old boy? Surprise me.
No, it hit pretty hard.
Surprise me with a big one.
Doesn't look like a trout.
Oh, the old black spot.
What a disappointment.
That's no trout.
A brown trout.
It's a brown trout. Trouty mate or not?
Oh, you wanted to go back in a hole, I'm hoping so.
Then he's just float line some mono down. Nice light little sinker. While we're in the shallows, and hopefully pull a few trouties. Getting a bit late in the day, but red throat. Nice red throat. He's got some nice colour on him too. Beautiful. That red they got in is so nice, isn't it? Just stands out.
And then into their mouth.
Yeah. Nice RTE, Benny. I'll just keep watching you.
Yeah.
Good fish? Oh yeah. Don't let it have a bit of drag, eh?
Yeah. Just give it a bit more.
Benny's on. Brand new spot. Flat bottom. See the fish come up a little bit then. Come on boys, surprise me. You got colour, Benny? What have we got?
Nice fish.
Don't tell me it's nannies.
Cod. It did hit it.
Cod, eh?
Yep.
That's weird. What do you got here? Big Goldband. It's a massive Goldband. He's a good one. Look at that. He's a horse. How's that for a Goldband? Absolute stonker.
He went good.
Good on your dad, it's a cracker.
Yeah.
He went hard, that one.
Yeah. I thought it might have been a big red, but no.
One of the biggest Goldband I've seen, that. He's huge.
No, that'll do great.
Yeah, I'll let you drop him. Have a go at that for a Goldband. Oh, yep. Oh, smashed. I got hit hard then. Oh, yep.
You got him.
Oh, yeah.
You all right?
Yep. Oh,
A string pull.
pulling a bit of line. And a bit more. I like that.
Well, they're the touch.
Oh no, it's a big nanny. Far out. It's another horse. Man, we just can't get away from him.
Oh, he's a good one.
Yeah. Another horse. Man, we can't get away from him. No matter where I go, we are finding them. Here's another cracker. Jeez, they fight hard at that size, eh? He's a beauty. Absolute beauty. What's for dinner, Benny? Quiche, sausage rolls, out of the pie oven, while I sound around stupidly around the ocean again. Morning all, another beautiful morning. Sun's coming up. Just pulling the anchor up. Find a few more fish. Fish more around the shoals again today. For the morning, hopefully get a few trout and liver maybe. Finish off the day and head home.
Grab
I was wondering, that's a Manson Supreme anchor. That has lasted me 15 years. Still going strong. I've had it caught some reef with big current off Fraser Island. You can see the snout's slightly bent. It's still going. Great anchor. Voila. Don't know if you can see much there with the light behind us, but little red throat. Nice, legal, edible size fish. Very tasty. Benny got one, I've got one. The old boy just got a nice little Venus tusk fish. The sun's coming up. Hopefully it's all about to happen, I reckon. A few nice fish for the table to add to our box of fish. Probably in the next 2 hours, 3 hours, and we'll be heading home. Just gonna throw down a Zerek live shrimp. See if we can get a trout on it. On the prawn. Not doing much. It is a trout. He didn't fight at all.
Yeah, but they don't, do they?
Trouty.
Yeah, boy.
First one of the morning. Look at that. Beautiful. On the Zerek live shrimp. Just got him in the lip. Nice. Bait going down. Hooked up. Lipper. Nice RTE. No shortage of these fellas, Eddie.
The what? Don't step back, Greggy.
Trouty.
Is it?
Yep.
Boy. Oh, you're nice
Just trout. There we go, nice little trout. Little common trout. We obviously get in the bar cheek, and now we've got the strawberries as well. Taking on a Zerek fish trap in orange biscuit colour, very popular little lure those. Catch a range of species. These guys often can't resist. He actually went into the reef, that one, I can see on top of his head. He's had a bit of a run into the reef, it was bleeding when we got it up. Not a huge fish, but just a lovely eating sized trouty. Come on. Beautiful. That's how you release a cobia. We didn't want him, but eventually hung on to him until it pulled the hooks. What's Benny got? He's all hooked up over here. What do you got here, mate?
I don't know, I chewed on it for a while. Red throat.
Oh, the red throat.
Nice slipper.
Nice.
Trouty.
Trouty. Nice trouty. Nice work. Bar cheek, Benny. Yeah. Benny with a nice little bar cheek.
Beautiful colour, aren't they?
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? One of the varieties of coral trout around these reef systems.
Lice.
Oh yeah, lice running around him everywhere on top of him here. Look at it all. Like little alien creatures. I don't know if you can see that on camera. They're almost clear. Lice running around on him everywhere.
Don't show my missus, she might not eat this one, mate.
True, mate. Yeah, that's yours, that one. See a fish coming up to eat the bait as it's coming down there right now. Big school of fish here. Let's see what happens. Just on our way in, probably about 1/3 of the way in probably, and run across a little show there. It's in 42, 43 metres of water. Dropped down, Benny got smoked. The old boy's hooked up. Let's see what it is.
Real big.
The red.
Is it?
Yep.
Legal, but.
Yep. Legal red. Good work, old boy. Another nice red.
That's what we're here for.
He'll go very nicely in that box of nannies and reds and Goldband, everything else we've got in there. A couple more of these would be good on the way in. Let's go back and see if there's any more. He's on. Good fish, Benny. Good work, mate. That looks big. He got you in the bottom again, has he? Oh no. He has. Doesn't look like there's much bottom there. Just doing another drifter where we got that red, and Benny's been hooked up to a pretty good fish here. I had him in the bottom, so he just backed the drag off. I quickly wound up. I was just about to try reverse back over to where that fish is. Not a lot of bottom here, but as you probably saw in the underwater footage, you get a lot of that spiral weed. It looks very similar to wireweed. A lot of your different whip ferns, etc. And they hang a fair way up at the bottom, so if a fish runs past it, you can easily get wrapped up on it. What do we got? Oh, I think it's a red. Oh, it's a bloody cracking red. Yep. Oh, look at that. It's only just hooked, I think. Quick, grab it. Just grab the fish. Grab it. Yes, Benny.
You got rod?
Yes.
Good on you, Benny.
Woohoo!
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, Benny. That's a cracker.
Worth persevering while he potted me in the bottom.
Wow.
Good fish.
Giddy up. You know what? I reckon something had hold of that fish.
You reckon?
Have a look at all the fins.
Yeah.
It's got teeth marks there. Yep, something's grabbed that fish. And that fish we thought was in the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a mouth mark there and the same on the other side. These fins are all torn. I'd say a big groper or a cod's had hold of that fish, because a shark would have actually busted his gut open, and it hasn't, so
thankfully.
Very lucky. That's the one we wanted, mate. Yeah, we can go home now. nearly home, just coming through the Keppels at the moment. Tipped a little bit of fuel in. I think we should be good. We've got a heap of spare fuel. Probably got 110 litres up my sleeve. We'll tip another 20 in just before we go in. It's, yeah, it's been good on fuel. We've done roughly over 400 kilometres. I think it's up to about 410, something like that. So a lot of travelling, but we got the rewards. Absolutely smashed them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Till next time, tight lines.